SpaceWindu here with a new saber. I have a saber for Gary. This is the Jedi Battlemaster, or the hammer I call it. It's got this piece on the near the emitter that's like a big old hammer, and it's a real beefy saber with what I call MST, multi-shroud technology. So I have a piece from an Anakin down here over top, a TCSS sleeve with even some more sleeve pieces on there. We've got the Makoto system in here with the V4 Super Plus, and this is the recharge port right here, and the belt clip. This is a removable blade saber. This is the special charger right here. It charges a 3.7 lithium-ion batteries. This is a dual pack 18650s side by side in here. I had to chop MHS pieces in here to get it to fit. So you just stick the charger right in there, get your red light, green light when it's done. It's going to take a long time to charge, but it's also going to last a really long time. As soon as you hit the main button here, saber comes on. It's a latching switch. Make sure you push it down all the way. The red up arrow on the left is to change your fonts. So now this is like the Sith font. This is the Gundam font. This has a cool retraction. The other button is for the Clash lockup. You can tap it for like blaster blocks. Let's see. That's swings turn into blaster blocks. Tap it again. I'm going to go back to swings for this. These auxiliary buttons are tied to the latching switch, so you have to operate the M key, is what Makoto calls it, or the sound font changing button while the saber's on. So now we have our Jedi font. It's got some nice resonance in this chamber. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to remove the blade and change the blade. There's a screw, your blade retention screw. Has to come completely out. So the black screw has to come completely out. Slide the blade out half an inch or so. And then what you do is you have to unscrew the emitter. Now don't let the blade spin. Yeah, I'm not letting the blade turn, but I'm taking the emitter off. Okay, slide the emitter up a little bit, and you see the 4 plugs. Now this is the reason why there can't be a DIMM plug here, as far as I know, because there is 28 connections here and it's just too many for doing the DIN plug, and I actually thought of an idea of how to connect a 14 DIN, but I wasn't sure it was going to work, so we just went with this way where we're going to plug and unplug the blade each time we want to change. Sort of have to work right here. I'm going to pull apart each of the 4 plugs. Now, the 4 plugs are separated on the blade side, but they're tied together in 2s on the hilt side. Try to make it easier for you. Okay, so the purple blade is off. I'm going to slide the emitter off, and this is our purple blade. Now, you notice on the blades there is a longer section of 2 and a shorter section of 2, and so you want to line that up with the opposites on the hilt side. So I'm turning the blade, that's not the other way actually. So I almost forgot to replace my emitter. I'm going to put the emitter on, slide it over the blade, then you can work. I'm going to connect the one in the back first. That's the hardest. Then the next one closest to me. And then so on. And you can see how it kind of fits together. Now there isn't much room in here when you try to replace it, so you have to make sure the wires fold right. I think you'll see the way they naturally fold is the way it's got to be. Oh, you know what? There's one thing I didn't show you. Let me unplug this. Forgot to show you the blade plug. So that's this right here. It's just a blade plug I made for the saber. So what you can do is, if you don't want a blade on the saber, you can slide your emitter on. I'm going to try to not let the plug spin. Put your blade plug on. And so that, blocks the plugs, because they're ugly, So now you have the blade plug on, you can hang it on your belt, and you could obviously still fool around with it without a blade in it, play around, change sound fonts, and do whatever. Okay, and so that's the way the saber looks with no blade. Blade plug, the hilt side. So it's the same graded speaker thing that I got from TCSS for the blade plug. So I hope you like it. This thing is, I think, looks kind of like a starship or something from the movie. And I try to make it look like something like that, like when you see it coming toward you, or it could be like a shape of a starship with all these plates on it. But the inspirations here were probably from like the Star Killer and the Derelict. Two of my favorite sabers I try to make into like a bigger, like Warhammer type of Battlemaster. Maybe if a Jedi Battlemaster were to have a saber, maybe back in the Old Republic, maybe something like this. So take out the blade plug. I'm going to put in the other color for you guys. emitter on. Let's see if I can make it so you guys can see. There we go, got the first one. 3 to go. There's 4 blades in here, that's why there's 4 plugs. This is the Super Plus, it's like the brightest LEDs that are that Makoto has right now available. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, you can always shove this stuff in as much as you can because there's not much room in here. Sliding the emitter over all that stuff. And remember, the set screw's not in there. So that we can spin the emitter back into place. When it's completely done, you'll notice you have the screw hole facing you, and it'll tighten at the right time. Okay, that's about right. Gotta tighten my blade in so we don't lose it. Okay. Beautiful green blade. This is really impressive. The green is just... I mean, the purple's nice. The green is nice. Sith font on the green, Gundam. Alright, so that's it, you guys. This is the Jedi Battlemaster Saber. I hope Gary likes it. This video is just show you guys the saber with the install. May have seen pictures of this on the FX Saber forums. And this is the completed saber. Gary wanted the 2 colors, green and purple. Yeah, so I think the buttons are really cool. We got the lit arrow buttons, up and down arrow. Up arrow is for your sound fonts, like I said, and a down arrow is your special effects. But as Makoto, you always have the ignition retraction. It's probably the coolest part. And really cool ignition and retraction sounds. Thanks for looking, everybody. Enjoy this saber, Gary.